Hey guys, welcome back to ADP Art Creations. As you can see, I done moved up in the game. Finally got my new laptop. My dad sent. Well, he didn't send it. What wound up happening was he wanted to order it from a different state and for me to pick it up, right? So what wound up happening was that he decided his new boo was like, "Why don't you just go ahead and send her the money and let her go pick it up?" Well, Best Buy was out of it, so we wound up ordering it from Amazon, and it came the next day. So I've upgraded. I have the new MacBook Pro. I'm learning, guys. Just work with me tonight on everything, and you know we're gonna get through this. Hey, Miss D, how you doing tonight? Okay, so on Tuesday nights we're gonna start doing a live drawing tutorials. So I gotta get my another easel because my easel is like she's in the hospital right now. So I gotta get a new one because I took off part and guys, I don't know where all the screws and stuff is. But so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk and then I'll draw something. So it's like freehand drawing tonight. So I'm probably gonna show you guys how to just draw like people in general, quick and easy. You don't have to do stick figures anymore, okay, guys? And once I get, if that's the case, you have to help me on having a bigger picture. You'll be able to see my drawing paper, better. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk and then I'm going to show you my drawing and everything or whatever and stuff like that. So I want to start off by talking about what we're gonna be doing on Tuesday nights. So Tuesday nights we're gonna be talking about art. We're gonna be talking about life. We're gonna be talking about the WNBA season is getting ready to start. So we're gonna be talking about the sports and everything with Chicago Sky. We're gonna do a day of a moment of silence for the Chicago Sky because it's been a rough day today and yesterday, so I'm still a little frozen, or whatever. But we're just gonna take it game by game and just root for our Twin Towers this season. So let's talk about how did I start drawing or whatever, and how did I know? Actually, I didn't know. I started drawing as as therapy or whatever, right? So art was my therapy. So I could say I've been drawing since I was little, and I just kept going, right? And so what happened was I used to just draw, sketch, do like cartoon characters, whatever the case may be. When I got to the cartoon characters, I was like, well, I want something to call my own, right? I want to draw my own stuff. I don't want to copy somebody else's gift or somebody else's idea. Guys, we are not going to be tracing anymore, okay? We're going to get tracing out of the way. I'm going to show you how you draw beautiful people. I love drawing Afro women, women with afros. I love drawing like the braids and the kids or whatever. Okay, it depends on whatever it is. Like what God has me doing is sometimes I don't draw the same thing over and over, or what I think I'm gonna paint on this board or drawing that with that picture. It turns out to be something totally different. So I started at a young age drawing or whatever and stuff like that. And so I didn't like painting, guys. I hated to paint. I did not like painting because it was messy. But what I learned was you got 3 types of paints you can use. You can either use watercolor, acrylic, or oil, right? Watercolor, you laid back. You just want to try something new. That's Miss Watercolor. You want to try Miss Acrylic. Miss Acrylic is the best one. I'm telling you guys, because you can mess something up and you can paint over it with acrylic. Versus oil, you can't do that. You mess up on that oil painting, you got to start all over again. It's not like the oil is so thick and oil is not gonna dry like right away. It's gonna take a minute for that oil to dry, like maybe like a day or two. They don't tell you that, but you learn it when you get it. And oil, you can't just go to your brushes in warm water. You gotta wash them off. You can't mix acrylic. You cannot mix acrylic and oil together. So that's what I learned about painting. So when I found out that I like Miss Acrylic, because she don't have no issues, she can let you start over and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Miss D, Oil is something like you can get oil and you can draw something simple, but it's gonna take a couple of days to dry. I didn't know it either until I started a while back with oil. I love oil because oil makes your paintings look more realistic, but you can also do that with acrylic. But it's more, to me, it's more realistic with that oil. So I'm gonna get back into oil, but when you do an oil painting, you gotta know what you want to paint, and it has to be correct. Like there's no, like, you can mix the oil colors together, but you can't mix no watercolor and acrylic with it. It's not gonna work out. Right? And they also have a spray that you can use on your oil paintings. You can use on your acrylic, but it's so strong I can't use it with the kids in the house and stuff like that. Even when I put it on the porch and I would bring it back in, you still had that acrylic sealer, that spray, that smell. So I just paint them and let them breathe like that. And also, when you paint, it's not good to put your paintings in frames. Like if you do a flat canvas painting, it's not good to put them in frames. It kind of messes it up. So it's best to buy the prints or whatever. Oh, Miss D, I do have my online Shopify shop, so I loaded like my paintings, my art packets, and all that stuff up there. And I have more to come, so I'm gonna do. Big Girl suggested that I do. She wanted me to do a couple of football players illustrations. Hey Patricia, she want me to do like some football players. She loves New Orleans, so she wanted to do that one. I want to do JD 5 because I'm a Redskin fan, so I'll be having that coming. And I did a Steph Curry for the first time. That was the first time I drew Steph Curry. So that illustration I'm gonna start putting on canvas back. So my boys stuff on my Shopify, it's like mostly like women, girls, mostly girl stuff and stuff like that. Oh, you talking about are you talking about Bob? Is it not Bob, but Rob or something like that? His name. Well, that's the thing. See, like my daughter was like, she kept telling me tonight. She was like, "Mom, you need your easel. You need your easel." But I'm a flat draw. I draw flat. I don't draw up. I don't paint up. I draw flat down. When I paint up, I can't. It's like I don't feel like I can grab my paintings in the way that I want to grab them right. So I'm a flat drawer. So everything I draw or whatever is flat. But I know they have like desks like that where you can we had them in class where you can adjust them and lift them up just a little bit. Now I can do midway, but all the way up on the easel, that's not for me. I can't draw like that. I can draw it. I can't say I can't draw it, but I'm more comfortable with doing flat drawings or whatever. But I'm gonna have to invest in getting one. Have I ever did a mural? No, I haven't did a mural yet. But I'm hoping one day to do one because I know how to do collages of drawings and stuff like that. So I would love to do a mural, but I haven't been asked. The only thing I've ever been asked to do is like paintings, teaching art packets, and all that kind of stuff, which I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do a business proposal where in the summertime where it's gonna be called Art Drop. So what I'm gonna do is drop the art, I'll mail it off to them with art packets. I set them up. I set art packets up. I set the lesson plans up or whatever, and just drop it off. So I'm gonna be working on that as well. As far as any projects, it's only been like the art packets, teaching the art, birthday parties where you go host a birthday party and you do the drawing. But I do pre-drawn canvas. So I did pre-drawn canvas for a birthday party. So I wound up hosting the birthday party or whatever. And I brought all the supplies and everything together with them. I see this lady on the gram who do mural for people like kid rooms, food trucks and stuff. Miss D, I gotta figure out how to advertise for that because I have to stay out a motorcycle store later on. I was a bike week queen, but I always wanted to like design those motorcycles because they were paying like 2,000 for just a little small design on the bikes. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to do something like that, but I haven't been asked to do it yet, to do designs and stuff like that. But I can do it depending on what kind of paint they need. But I know like with the kids rooms and stuff, you just use wall paint. So wall paint shouldn't be hard for me or whatever. My biggest thing is I like to draw stuff big. Yeah, the sipping paint. So I wanted to do I haven't seen nobody do this, guys, like a live YouTube sip and paint or whatever. I have planned to include that too. When I do the art tutorials or whatever, have a sip and paint night or whatever. As far as live ones, I'll have to get buildings and stuff to do live, but I have the projects where people ask me, hey, my homegirl was like, hey, I'm having this party or whatever. I need 25 canvas pre-drawn. And I supply all the paint and I supply all the paint brushes, the pre-drawn canvas for the couples. And what happened was she wanted me to do it for the couple and the kids. So I wound up charging her 200. It was like $224, but it was 24 canvases plus extra, plus all the supplies included. I know it should have been probably more than that, but I'm learning how to like price my stuff or whatever and stuff. So I've done that before. I have projects like that where people will say, I did the birthday party, I did the setup for their own sip and paint because they wanted to do something different. And I also did another one for a birthday party. You just got to know your pricing, because you don't want to not price it right just because like you know people or you get nervous or whatever with your prices. I've seen where I was teaching. This is the thing, what happened with me. I was teaching pre-K. They wanted me to be a teacher coordinator and they wanted me to teach art. So for me, after 12 and a half years, I said no. Boy, guys, you ought to seen them faces. They was like, did she just say no? Yes. This is $17 an hour, and you will pay somebody to come in here and teach the art for a couple of hours, and you already got somebody here. No, don't. You can't play with people's talent like that, And then I was also like, I kid you not, I set up a whole curriculum for the summer because I had to do the business proposal in order to teach the art in the classroom. She wanted me to do one and send it to them or whatever. Oh, I kept a copy of it. And I did it for all the months. Like each week you had something. And these were preschoolers. These were, school-age kids where I was doing like, they would do the same thing. Listen, you can never say a child won't know anything unless you show them. So that's what I did in my pre-K. You couldn't say, oh, my child, let's do it slow, let's do it with ease and see what happens. So with drawing, I was like, okay, this week we're gonna do lines. We're gonna do lines, shapes, because you gotta learn all that with art. So I was like, okay, this week we're gonna do lines. We're gonna do a line drawing. We're gonna do this. Everything tied into that title. And then they would have themes. So all the teachers would come to me, and what I would do, Miss D and Patricia, I would draw the Little Mermaid or Cat in the Hat or whatever on their displays, and they would just include the art around it or whatever, stuff like that. So it was a blessing and stuff like that. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking that with me. So for the summer, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do proposals with different places and say, hey, I'll drop it off to you. You ain't gotta set nothing up. This is your lesson plans. You already got all your equipment, and give them a set price or whatever. If they do ask for me to do it in person, they are going to pay me because that's my time or whatever. And I'm with Kaysen. So Kaysen, like today, they switched Kaysen speech and OT. So Tuesdays will be like our long day or whatever, but you never know if they're going to switch their schedules or whatever. So I have to make sure Kaysen gets to those OT and speech appointments because his insurance paid for it and it benefits him. So I'm not gonna be one of the parents where they say, "Oh, you ain't do what's best for your child, or you don't want to help your child." No, 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 no. That foundational learning does start in the home, and teachers are the enforcers. So I know what being a teacher is like. So I'm gonna enforce when he's home, but he's gonna go and get that help. Which now he's talking, guys. He's doing all that good stuff. That's my youngest one, and so that's why, I have a flexible schedule or whatever. So what I did, I had about 100 paintings left, which were just sitting in my closet collecting dust. These were the paintings where I was painting before I had the twins, and a little bit after. But when everything happened with Caden Bear, I stopped with the paintings and I started drawing more illustrations. So when I started drawing more illustrations, here you go with the, basketball players, the, whatever ideas, cartoons, my own anime and everything to put on the pouches and stuff. Because I was like, God, can I have something to call my own? Can I have some anime? Can I have some animation that's mine that because I don't want nobody else's gift. I want to be able to have my own gift or whatever. And so he blessed me with doing, the illustrations, the anime, the animation, going back to drawing people. The thing with self-portraits and drawing, I try to stay away from that, but I can do it. But when it comes to self-portraits and stuff, listen, it's a lot of detail. Oh my gosh, you drawing this person, you started noticing everything, okay? It's a lot of detail that you have to put in those drawings when you do self-portrait. So I like self-portraits, but only if someone asks, I may do one or something like that, but I try to stick to more of on the cartoon side or whatever. Sometimes they do come out and look more realistic to human than, cartoons or whatever, you just never know. So I started doing that. I started putting them on the packets. My paintings now, when I say 100, that's not how many paintings I did. When I first got to Georgia, I was doing art events, right? So my first art event was an event called For Sisters Only. Now this event, guys, was $600 for a booth. And it was like for a whole weekend, and you have like artists. You have like R&B artists. I saw Lisa Ray. I saw Sierra. This was the time, they was doing their shows and stuff there. So this was a big event, but still it was $600. So what happened was that I wound up only making the 600 back. I didn't make double and I didn't make triple. So I learned when you do shows like that, you have to be prepared for just all different types of people. But I drew more into seems like a lot of work. Yeah, it is. I did more of, okay, what I learned, you have to know your state. So one of the things I know about from moving here to Georgia is that they are ballerinas, families, just people in general, sports. And that could be for any state, but that's what I learned when I did the first event. And I did it twice. The second time I did it, I had 2 more people to come in. So it was like we all split it 2-2-2, equal to 600 or whatever. And it worked out better that way. Now, then I made the triple profit. But oh, yeah. Yeah, you could do that too. There were people that do that at the event. There were people that like they do that like when they have like what you call it, not shows, but like the Ferris wheel, the fairs and stuff like that. People do that stuff there too. Now, you can do self-portraits, but Miss D, I don't know, Miss D, you might be on to something, because let me tell you, I'm not knocking nothing. I don't know what God got next, but you on this self-portrait stuff. that I'm trying to stay away from. So you might be trying to tell me something because I don't know what my hand gonna be drawing, right? And I say that because Riddick Milky Way was asking me in the chat. She was like, "ADP, did you get your website yet? Did you do anything, with your web?" She just kept asking about my website, and I was like, "Okay, Riddick, I'm working on it, And I was like, I don't know how to build no website. That look, I can do a little graphic design and everything like that, but they're building the website. That's mine, and it's a lot of work. So I was like, okay. I was looking at Square. I was looking at Shopify. I was like, I need to find a way to market my artwork. I said, because Riddick owned something. When Riddick kept putting that suggestion in the chat, she didn't know that I had been praying, asking God how to teach me how to market my artwork. And people, when I went to the events, it was like, where's your website? So all that was going on before she came. So what happened was I finally said, okay. I was telling my daughter, I said, Riddick, she's been asking me, and when people ask you stuff about your art or they invested and they seen your artwork, you will want to listen, right? Because they like your artwork, So what wound up happening is Shopify had a deal. Shopify has a deal where the first 3 months is $1, and then I think it's like $28 after that. But Shopify hooks you up where I'm connected to the PayPal. PayPal's connected to my bank or whatever the case may be. The only thing I was nervous about putting my address, so I used a different address. But when I mailed it off to Riddick and Big Girl, I put my address or whatever up there. So hey, bro, Claude. So what wound up happening, I started posting. I posted all my artwork, not all of it, but because I'm revamping some. So I posted some of my artwork, the art packets, the a lot of stuff that I created. I put it on Shopify. So when I put it on Shopify, all you do is you go up there, you see what you want, you order it, you pay or whatever, and then it shows me. It'll show me, hey, this person ordered this. I put the order in, I go ship it off. Hey, bro, I gotta ask you about the shipping too. I don't add tax because I don't want nobody messing with me right now. So I didn't add tax or whatever. I just put a set price or whatever when I put it up there. So yeah, I can't believe it. Hey, bro, I'm so happy. So that's what I did with Shopify. So whatever I'm creating, so I'm coming with the boys stuff. I'm coming with the football, basketball, and all those illustrations or whatever. So I'm going to be loading those up. Mind you, I've had illustrations for boards like dinosaurs and all that kind of stuff. I've had it, and I started getting more into the girl stuff. But I was like, okay, we got to have the boy stuff and we got to have the girl stuff or whatever. So I was talking, me and Big Girl had this conversation. She was telling me, hey, KSAP. So guys, if you don't know this, okay, what happened was I created a coloring book, right? And I was going to sell it on Amazon, but for some reason I kept getting blocked. It would not change my drawings into JPEGs or whatever to sell them, right? But let me tell you what Amazon does, right? You sell your coloring book for $10. Guess how much profit you making from Amazon for that $10 coloring book? $2. That's it. So it wasn't meant for me to do Amazon, right? So what wound up happening was Big Girl was like, hey, before I had, where I'm at now, you can go to Office Depot. You can take your illustrations and your designs and you can say, hey, I need you to create these books for me for a good deal. And the cheapest way to do it is paperback. So probably in the midsummer or whatever, I'll have the coloring book. I'll have it where the illustrations will be on notebooks and journals and all that kind of stuff. I think I'm gonna take I know I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna tell him what I want and stuff like that. But I'm also gonna take my son's father because when there's a guy in there, they kind of don't try to play you. So I'm kind of probably gonna take him. He's like my little, not little, but everybody's here is a part of my group, and they for me and stuff like that. So I'm gonna take him when I make deals and stuff like that, so I can get a good profit off her. So whatever I pay for the books for, I'm gonna put a price to it, right? So, what wound up happened today, guys? Look, I know, don't come at me with Hobby Lobby. When we get a store of our own, I will go to that store and buy all the art supplies. So, I called up my ATM machine and I was like, look, I need to make a stop. I need to get some I need to get some supplies or whatever. So I went there. Oh my gosh. And I said, I gotta go. Because they had it where I could put my artwork on the aprons for the little girls or the kids or whatever. They had the different colors. They just brought those in. They had like, oh my gosh, so many canvas bags and stuff. I'm gonna check Amazon to see if if I could get a better deal by buying the canvas bags and stuff in bulk or whatever. But the thing is, you want that quality. So I know that Hobby Lobby has the quality. And it lasts, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna mess up if you put it in the wash machine and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna do with as far as getting the pouches and stuff. As far as when I'm printing, because I'm customizing and I'm only doing like maybe 10 here, 20 here and stuff, it's okay for me to do it on my own. But when the big orders come in, like for the birthday parties or whatever the case may be for those art packets, because who does this? Who asks for customized art packets or canvas bags for a birthday thing where it's already filled up? You ain't gotta buy nothing. I ain't talking about no candy and all that kind of stuff in there. I'm talking about good stuff put in the bags and you have it for a birthday party. You gotta think outside the box, especially when it comes to art. So I'm gonna do that. This will be the first year I've done that, besides selling the canvas and doing the birthday themes and stuff like that. And I really don't mess with trying to copy because you would get sued for that. Even though you know people, you can kind of do it for people for the cartoon characters and stuff like that. But for me, I really try to do my own stuff, and I sell it that way, and I sell it in a package or whatever. So I figure when I get ready to do these art packages and I'm dropping them off to these centers or whatever, I'm gonna sell the packets for $5 a packet, right? A packet is simple as like you got a watercolor palette, you got a one canvas, you got color pencils, markers, or whatever the case may be, all in one, selling for $5 a piece. You're dealing with a summer program, they might have 200 kids. There you go. And it takes you next to nothing to get it, because all you got to do is go to Michael's or whatever and buy those canvases in bulk, and you price check, because if you can get it Michael's usually have them, and you get a teacher discount. So if any of you guys know teachers or you are teachers, you can go to Michael's and Michael's will give you a teacher discount. So with the teacher discount, a 10 pack of 18 by 10, I mean not 18 by 10 but 8 by 10, because that's what you're gonna need. You don't want nothing bigger. And that's what I learned with the birthday parties. I think I was doing like 11 by 14s for the birthday party. You got to do like 8 by 10s, because it's easier to paint. They, after a certain amount of time, the kids be like, okay, we ready to do something else or whatever. So put them in the packet. You have 200 kids times 5. There you go. You see what I'm saying? Like it's easy for me. So that when, like I said, it's gonna be called art drops. Drop it off to you, mail it to you, whatever the case may be. So I'll start doing that for the summertime or whatever. And really, you need to. Do they have a thousand for paint supplies, people? Georgia doesn't have that. Only thing I've seen Georgia have, and I'm in the I can't go to downtown Atlanta, guys. I want all 4 wheels in my car. I ain't trying, no jokes and nothing like that, but I'm on the outside. So, we have a Michael's here. We have a Hobby Lobby. We have a, it's like a craft store. But what I've learned is Hobby Lobby has the most, they online? Okay, I'm going to have to write them down, Miss D, and check them out then, because, Hobby Lobby seem to be the cheapest. Michael's, even with your teacher discount, they don't have a whole bunch of the art, the pouches. They only have a selected area, whatever. What happened when I moved here, I had a friend. She stayed, like, I guess this is the suburbs or whatever, and she took me down. She's like, oh, we're gonna see what's down here you guys can move to. And my oldest son's father, I didn't know he was from here at the time, but wound up when I got ready to come here, he was from here. It's a long story. We'll talk about that later. But he was from here. So she was trying to find me a place here, and she took me downtown. Oh my gosh! I said, "Where you stay? Let's go back to where you stay in that area, and we're gonna find us a place." Like. So we wind up finding a place, but the thing is, hopefully, we have to move at the end of July. So hopefully, not hopefully, we're gonna have it. What happened is with the apartments in Georgia on the outer side, we're paying like almost $2,000 for 3 bedrooms here, and that's not even including with your utilities. You paying your utilities separate. You paying this amount of money for these apartments, and it's not like it's okay, but it's not like if you're in a house you have a bed and you're paying less, like your mortgage is way less. But what happens, you got to go by the market, and it depends on what you find at that deadline. Like you looking and looking, but they don't have this or they don't have that at this certain time. But this time we're gonna get that under wraps or whatever. So no, I do not mess with ATL. I don't even go down. Guys, somebody has to take me down there. My son-in-law, my son's father would have to take me down there. I don't mess around, because I don't have no peace on me. Like, it's all I got, a little gas torch. That's it. That's all I got. So I don't mess around with that area. It is some spots down there. Yeah, I have went to like some events down there or whatever, and stuff like that, but it's not for me to be down there like that. Even though they have a lot of, now I've seen one of my homegirls, her and her husband has a business, so they will go down there and they will sell their art, not their artwork, but they have a bakery business or whatever, so they know the spots and stuff. And sometimes you got to go down and be about it, like Mr. P used to say, right? So sometimes, one day I'm gonna go down there, but I'm gonna have my squad with me to go, or whatever. And just usually those areas are like, when you have events there, they have security and police out there and stuff like that. But I just been in this area, like Kennesaw, you got Kennesaw, Marietta. Where I'm at, we're like, if you wanted to go to Tennessee, I'm like maybe like 2.5 hours from there, the other way from Atlanta. So so that's where I'm at now. So we only have a certain amount of stores to get this art supplies and stuff like that. But I know that I'm gonna have to go out and when I'm promoting like that, I'm gonna have to reach out a little bit and go that way. But I'll just if I have to get a client and they're in ATL or they're in Union City or whatever the case may be, I'll get my son's father to do it. Take it down, to drop it off or something like that. Since we're just friends and everything, guys. Yeah. But he respects my gifts, so I'll be like, okay, can you take this here or whatever the case may be, he'll do it or whatever. Because you got to have a team. You got to have a team to like just not necessarily have your back, because you got to have your own back, but you got to have a team that surrounds you. And my kids and all my kids' fathers, my dad, everybody like supports, my gift. But I had to get out of, when you deal with a lifetime of grief, sometimes you get frozen, and that's a distraction from what you're supposed to be doing. So it came to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, I'm sitting on wealth. I'm sitting on talent. I'm watching the dust on these paintings. Like, I'm talking about a whole bunch. Like, I think I've created over oh my gosh, like maybe 400 paintings in total, but I've sold most of them, so being down to 100 is not bad or whatever. But still, you don't want nothing to sit. I'm talking about the canvas paintings were in there, the art packets were in there, everything was in there. And what I was doing was, when I was teaching the art at the preschool, I was just giving it out. And yes, I am a cheerful giver, but you also have to have you got to have a stopping point to not give everything, give everything away. So I'll be going back to, just going back to doing that. Like, you can't just sit here and, like, waste your talent. If this is the thing. This is what happened, right? So I was looking for a channel where I could go to talk about my sports, my Chicago Sky, right? And I kept saying, I kept going to KSAP, and I said, oh, it's real serious. One day he was real serious about, I don't know what this guy did that day, but he was real serious. I went to him, and then I said, okay, I'm going back, because I was like, let me see what he's so passionate about. So I wound up going to KSAP now, and I'm telling you guys, that changed, because what I asked for when everything happened, and this is so many years later, this is like Payson turned 7, so Kaden Bear been in heaven that long, for 7 years. So I'm like, I need a way to market. I need a positive surrounding. I need, people for me. I had to drop a lot of people, because everybody not for you, and they not with you. And when God say drop them, okay? Or whatever. So what wound up happening, I go to KSAP's YouTube channel, I'm watching, I'm getting engaged. I'm like, yeah, I get to talk about my sports. I'm free to talk about basketball and all this kind of stuff. And guys, I started off with 10 subs, and I told KSAP, I was in the chat. I started off with 10. God, I got 95. I went from 10 to 95, and it's okay. When it's time right for me to get to 500, I will. That's all good. But KSAP kept saying, he was looking at my art and stuff, and he liked my art, and he was like, hey, you can talk about your art on your channel and stuff like that. Because they got the channels on lock. They have the channels where the stats, I don't even worry about the stats and all that stuff, because you got KSAP, you got Brofly, you got Keisha, you got B, you got Key, you got Brooklyn, you got all of them talking about the stats, the sports, in all different types of ways. That's what makes us complete as a community. And you got the little artists over here, me, the nurturing artist, but hey, I can go to a 10, guys. As long as you don't mess with my family and friends, we good. And all you guys, they can't come for y'all. They come for y'all, that's why I be in the chat. I might have to go get the oil and put on blessed oil and pray for me and stuff, and there be times where I can't say nothing or whatever. But when I ran across this channel of KSAP, it was like motivation, it was like family, and just to see somebody invested in your gift and take the time out to teach and show you stuff, you better grab onto it, because sometimes people are always looking for something, but with them, they are genuine people. Like, they didn't look for them, they're like, okay, ADP, why don't you try this? ADP, look, let me suggest this. Hey, ADP, you overthinking stuff. Let me tell you, I am a hard worker. I listen. I know how I'm teachable. I know how to listen. And anything somebody tell me, I take heed to it. I'm like, okay, let me not overthink the StreamYard. I don't know, guys, I don't be doing no StreamYard and stuff. I didn't do this. I'm very I can talk on the phone and people I know, but getting up on a camera or getting up on a panel and stuff, I'm like, OMG, I can't do this. Like, when I was getting on KSAP's his panel, I was hands were sweating. Y'all didn't even know my hands was like sweating really bad. And I was like, okay, I can do this. But then in case I said, look, ADP, you're overthinking. And once he said that was it. I was like, if I'm gonna do this, and I have the time to do it, and I have the gifts, I gotta do it now. Because if I don't, and I get stuck, and I stay stuck, I'm not gonna be able to flourish. And God could take my gifts away. When he give you a gift, you want to be alive to see him. And that's the thing about taking, when you get your degrees in art and education, you taking those classes, and a lot of those Black artists, they did not get to see the money or the profits or anything until they were passed away. I said, no, I don't want to be one of them artists. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to not just get monetary blessings from it. I want my art to touch people's hearts. I want my art to give people something to think about. I want my art. I used to do a lot of no faces, and I would paint a lot of no faces because people could decide what mood that person wanted to be in. Then I started doing the graphics, and the graphics and stuff like that, or whatever to tie into it, and the words and stuff like that. We are a part of art and teaching, and you got to point to your students. You can call my students bad. You can call them off the chain. I just was one of those ones. You couldn't do that because these kids are young. If you can't pour positive into them, don't say nothing at all. And kids, if someone tells you something like this, make sure you go home. These are pre-K students. They can talk. Someone can talk better than we can. Let your parents know. Like stuff like that. I could have got. Georgia's one of those states. You go to work, they'll let you work all day and fire you at the end of the day. It's real talk. So they one of those states. And so what I would do, I was defending the kids, the teachers, and everything. I could have been lost my job for 12 and a half years. I had favor. I had God's favor, so I still was there. So that was a blessing. But yeah, back to back to opening me up, like me marketing my gifts, me promoting my gifts. If I hadn't met KSAP in the community, then I probably would have got stuck where I wouldn't have seen Riddick in the chat saying, "Hey, ADP, where's your website?" Because a lot of people like to do it professional, and having a website or having something makes a difference. And guys, when I put that Shopify up last week, it did good. You hear me? Or whatever. But it's about taking a chance. If people like it, they'll buy it. If they don't, it's okay too. Not everybody gonna like your artwork. Not everybody gonna like what you do. But it's what you put in it. Because you can negotiate and get anybody to buy whatever you propose to them. It's the way that you present it and the way that you show it. And a lot of times right now we are going through so much that art is like a therapy, and it's a blessing of recovery and healing to everybody. So why not pour my gifts out so that people can see them, and it could be encouragement, uplifting, because look, life be lifing for real. And then we get up here in these chats, and we get on these panels, and we looking for our we looking for our therapy. We looking for something to release in those chats. Like for me, I'm always checking, "Hey, such and such, you okay?" But that's me. That's my calling. If I can't love God's people, if I can't respect God's people, if I can't be there for them, then what for me? I'm just saying for me. What am I here for? Right? So I want my art to make a difference. I want to keep promoting it. I have stuff I am doing behind closed doors, guys. Let me tell you, faith without works is dead. Yeah, Keisha, this is Miss D. This was so crazy, right? Keisha didn't know, and Big Girl, they didn't know. I had that coloring book. It's sitting in a file right now, just sitting in that file. So Keisha suggested, and Big Girl suggested, different times, and they were like, what about you doing ADP? You should do a coloring book. Like, get off the procrastination and sell that coloring book. Figure it out. If you're not gonna go with Amazon, figure it out. Figure out how you're gonna sell this these coloring books. And I'm talking about, when I said I was gonna do a coloring book, I'm talking about 50 pages of little girls with different hairstyles or whatever. And yeah, I was gonna do one too of like the Afro women, women with I love, guys, I don't even wear no afro, but I love them afros, you hear me? Or whatever. And so I was gonna do a coloring book for that. Yeah, it is relaxing. It is therapy for a lot of people or whatever, because you can sit. That's what I love about my art, is that I can draw whatever I want. And if it doesn't like me on paper, it's okay. I'll redraw it again. You see what I'm saying? But for people, they can like it or not like it. And let me tell you guys, do you know when you see those paintings with the lines, them people just drawing lines and shapes, you know how much those are $2,000 to $3,000 artwork that these artists, I learned all this in college, but these artists are selling this artwork for just some lines and some shapes. But I gotta have more my stuff. But they look, but that's their thing. That's their idea. That's what they have. And if you notice, if you go to a lot of like doctors' offices and stuff like that, you'll see that Clo Kids of the Gamecocks playing before games. You said Clo Kids? Are you saying Art Kids, Miss D? Clo Kids of the Gamecocks playing before games. Miss D, break that down to me. About the Clo Kids of the Gamecocks coloring before the games. Oh, she colors before the games. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna I have this goal to do all. I blame all of you guys for this college basketball because I started with Angel Reese and all you guys got me into the college students, basketball players and stuff, and I'm like, oh my god! So now I got to do both. Well, I want to do coloring book. I think that was what Lakeisha suggested about doing a coloring book with the teams, like the different teams and stuff. I could do one for the WNBA and one for college or whatever. I think that's what she told me. But guys, she posted this drawing with Angel Block B, right? On the post. She said, ADP, that'll be great for you to draw. Boy, Keisha don't even know. My mouth dropped when she showed me that because I was like, oh my gosh, that would be a project in itself. But then I was like, Lisa, don't knock it till you try it. And guess what? I'm working on that piece. Or whatever, because you dealing with shapes and lines, and you gotta have a position right. You don't have to have it perfect, but you at least have to have a position right, and you have to have your sketches right when you're drawing like. But I've never done something like that, so when somebody suggests stuff that I never done, I'd be eager to be able to do it. Oh, that's her therapy. Yeah. And also too, like a lot of special needs kids love to color. Now my little Kason, oh my gosh, he's 7, but he is not he color whatever, but he like to get into my paint and draw. He like to draw and stuff like that. So that might be my little artist or whatever. I don't know. Or whatever and stuff like that, but it is good. It's good for them, and it is a part of therapy because that's what I was using it for. So what wound up happening is that I had a birth mother that was more. She chose drugs over her children. So what happened was therapy. That's where my therapy came in at. And I took to drawing pictures and drawing whatever in the midst of all that going on, even though, and my father was in a different state. And it wasn't until I got to like a teenager where I was able to go visit him and stuff like that. And, go stay with a friend, one of my friends from school, or whatever, and stuff like that. But, that was my therapy. That's what helped me get through all of that, guys. Like I could put all my stuff into, some people choose other stuff, and God gave me art to be my therapy to, to get through all of that during that time. Not saying that at the same time I still had like a good childhood at one side, but then it was like going through that at the same time or whatever. And I'm so glad I had art instead of other things or whatever to do. But yeah, it's a big part of therapy. Yeah, they love Miss D. My granddaughter's 2 and Kason is 7. So I call myself gonna get them some canvas and some markers. Oh no. They want my good acrylic. I said, let me go buy y'all some watercolor packets because that you can't tell. But they want everything I got. They want my pen, my color pen. They want everything. But they will sit there and they will be in their own world and they love what they draw. And look, if you have grandkids, you have children, or whatever the case may be, don't tell them what their drawing is. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ask them what. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. What is it? Okay, because when you start trying to tell them what they just drew, oh my gosh, you done messed them up. You got to go get the special treat and all that kind of stuff. Don't do it, guys. Just don't do it. Just be like, oh, that's so beautiful. Let them explain their paintings. okay? Because they're gonna come at you, and the way they get you is them little faces. You over. It's done with after that. So yeah, David, I have to buy them their own stuff because this acrylic, it's not. It depends on what kind of acrylic you get. You can get gloss acrylic. Gloss acrylic, it gives you shine, or you can get the regular acrylic. The regular acrylic, it shines a little bit, but that gloss finish is tight. So gloss is good. It's not like oil, so it's still gonna dry quick. That's what I like about acrylic. Acrylic dry like this. Oil, like I said, it's gonna take a day or two for that oil to dry or whatever. And so that's why I'm gonna always be a number one acrylic woman over here. But I'm gonna get back into the oil, even though it's messy and stuff like that. So yeah, I did the art package. We did the business where I got to do the proposal or whatever, and it has to be done like these 2 weeks coming up because the kids get ready to get out of school here in May. So, like my youngest, I homeschool and I homeschool my granddaughter sometimes too. But my 17-year, my daughter's 22, so she's out of school. She's married, we got my grandbaby or whatever. But my 17-year-old, he's a junior, so he's still in school. So they get out on the 24th of May or whatever the case may be. So they can ready to get out. You got these summer camps and all this kind of stuff getting ready to happen. So you need to get those proposals in or whatever, because they're gonna have events and stuff at these places, whether it's the YMCA, whether it's different centers, and they don't be wanting to put no art stuff together. So I'm gonna be dropping it off and making that money on. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing with that. Far as the coloring books and stuff, I'll be working on those. I just want to see how much Office Depot do charge me. I don't want to mess with Amazon too much because Amazon be taking, like, how do you sell a coloring book for $10 and they're only giving you a $2 profit? You might as well sell that stuff yourself and get your own profit. Pay the price to buy your stuff in bulks and stuff. And just, what I'm saying, and do it that way, because when you're going through like a second party, they be wanting to take all, like, a lot of your percentage, and that's ridiculous. Imagine you done made this 50-page coloring book and they talking about $2. No, not no customized coloring book. Now, if you just want to draw a circle and a little stick man on each page, then that's different. But when you're taking out time to do illustrations or whatever, you need to get paid for that type of stuff. So I'll be doing that, and I'll be more of a, like, the nurturing side, like, guys, just like yesterday. I'm not getting into that because I'm gonna crash out tomorrow. Hopefully I won't crash out on the phone line on the trio tomorrow or whatever. But I forgot what I was going to say, guys. I'm so sorry. But I'm not gonna crash out about the sports and stuff like that. I will be touching on the sports, but more of like the art part of it and drawing the players and stuff. So guess what, guys? This is how you run that game, right? So I've done the illustration on Camilla and Angel. I got another one I'm gonna do an Angel. I like to do different ones to see which ones everybody like best or whatever. So I'm getting ready to do an illustration of Camilla, HBL, and Angel. Also, Michaela. I like Michaela. Michaela was one of the ones that was on Angel's side. I can say that she liked to play or whatever. But look, guys, guess what's happening now? So now that these teams got these players, we're gonna see how it works, who get cut and who don't. So now I gotta do the Dallas Wing players. I gotta do the Fever players. I gotta do all the team players in animation. And look, like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the animation where I'm gonna illustrate them. I'm gonna draw them out right. I'm not gonna add no color first. I'm gonna take the pictures of them without the coloring. Then I'm gonna take pictures when I color it to do the illustrations. Now let me tell you, this is where, okay, let me draw this right quick. I want to show you something. I'm gonna put the computer. Look, I got this new MacBook, right? And I'm thinking I'm on cloud 19, guys. And I'm like, oh, I can, I'm going to be able to draw. And guys, you're going to see me. But like I said, I got to get the art easel. So there you go with that, right? I said, you mean tell me you pay all this for the computer? I can't even get like a back cam. I can't even get all that. You know what I'm saying? To do my stuff. But my daughter said, Mom, I'm trying to tell you, it don't have it. So I was like, I'm gonna check with Professor KCF and see how we can make this happen. Or I'm just gonna have to get the art easel or whatever. And so today we're gonna bend down. I just want to show you a quick sketch of like just drawing an afro person. Guys, it's easy. You don't have to do stick people anymore. I'm telling you, it's so quick and easy. If you know how to draw ovals, if you know how to draw ovals and circles or whatever, you can do it. Especially if you want to do, say if you just want to do a quick design to do a logo, or you want to do a quick design to help somebody out, or you with your kids or your grandkids or whatever the case may be, and you just want to draw with them or whatever. Let me tell you something. When they see you draw this person or they see you draw something, they're gonna be like, they're gonna be so excited. They're gonna want you drawing circles and people all the time or whatever. So I'm gonna slash the computer down a little bit where you can see what I'm drawing, and then I'm gonna lift it back up where you can see my face or whatever. But I just want to show you how quickly that you can draw a person or whatever. Even you can draw the afro, you can draw sorry guys, you can draw just a regular person. But I'm getting ready to show you real quick and easy. It doesn't take you no time to do this if you want something simple. If you want something with some little more details, it might take you a little more time where you got to decide what eyes you want, what lips you want. But if you don't draw and you just trying to help somebody out or trying to create something, let's go with this. I'm gonna try to draw dark, so hopefully you can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'll push it up so you can see it. So we're gonna make some little ears. We're gonna do a little face. Let me show you how simple it is to just do like. Oh, I gotta move it back some. So I'm gonna do like a little. Okay. Tell me if you can see it, guys. Can you see it? Let me see. I don't know. Okay, if you can't see it, I'm gonna hold it up because I know I draw light too. So you see her? Can you see her? Is it still too light? If it's too light, I'll do a marker. Hold on, let me do like something like let me see if I can do it a little darker. You said a little mistake. Okay, let me do it on this side. And this is how quick and easy I'm doing it. So, and if you see the shapes, you'll be like, oh, okay. But this is just something simple. We're just gonna give her this. We're gonna give her some little ears and stuff, and we're gonna make her a little. Okay. Can you see it now? Can you guys see it? You see her? Can you guys? I hope you can see it. But so it's just simple. Like, let me see. You see it? So you see how I did the eyes? You see that? Look at that. Simple. Draw a circle. Draw oval to make your lips. Look to the side oval. Then do your little nose. That's it, guys. You don't have to do no more stick people. Okay, let me show you something else. So that was simple. You just gonna curl up. She sleep, or she could be thinking, or whatever the case may be, right? So hold on. Let me now if you want to get a little more serious, I think I done took all the space going that way. Oh, guys. Okay, let me show you something. So these are the type of paintings that I have in my closet. You see that one? Those are ballerinas, right? This is, guys, these are paintings, and let me tell you, right? Simple. You see how she got the same face as what I just drew. You see her eyes and her mouth and her nose? Okay. This is what I'm telling you guys. You guys can do it. You can do this. Look. Simple. Same eyes, same expression. Ballerina. She's loving what she's doing. You see that one? I had this on my page. These are the paintings that have been sitting in my closet that I'm like revamping up. Oh, dude. I think I put her up there. Let's see what else I got. I had posted this one. If you guys go to my page, I posted her up there too. And yeah, I am gonna have to get the easel because so you guys can actually see what I'm doing and stuff like that. Because it's kind of like, yeah, I could post the pictures and stuff, but it's like it's better if you could see me draw the simple paintings or whatever. And this one, guys, she had to go to the hospital, but they couldn't make it. And I was like, oh man. But this takes nothing for me to paint. This type of stuff takes nothing for me to paint. I was gonna put this one on for sale for Mother's Day, but what wound up happening is I saw a little hole in her, and that's the thing with canvas. If it's got a little hole in it, guys, you're not gonna be able to fix it, and it's not right to sell your pieces like that. You can't sell your pieces like that. So what happens is you have to wind up doing it over, and it's not gonna probably be like the same piece that you do, and stuff like that. Like, ooh, I hope they don't fall. Like with her, like you. I like doing different stuff, and I like the backgrounds to be different. So, like, I'll put that little stuff in the background anytime. So this is the first and only sorority person I've done. I'm not in one. I don't, I have friends that are in them, but since I love elephants, so this was the first one I did with that one. And I got some. We'll have to do it on the next episode for more. This is Mama Sing That Song. This is what this one is called. But you see how I didn't have to do double afros. I connected the hair together. But you see how simple, like the face and the eyes and the nose and everything is. It's very simple to do. Well, I'm gonna be teaching you guys how to do that. We're gonna have our sip and paint, YouTube sip and paint night, and and stuff like that coming up soon. And oh Lord, I also had this one. I got so many, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be. I put them on my Shopify and to sell them, and also I put them on my YouTube page or whatever. But this is not. Let me show you guys this. You know how like we have the fairy tales that we read to the kids and stuff like that, and I used to say, okay, can we get some different? Can we get some diversity? Like with Princess and the Frog, and can we add some little flavor to it? And So what happened was I had already painted her. Like I tell you, these were in the closet. So what I did to retouch them up, I was like, oh, I can add accessories, the bows and the stuff. But this is Maya and the frog, okay? And also, look at my girl. She got a pretty dress on. She got a little bow at the top. She got a little ribbon, a little unicorn, and the decorations in the back. More Afro Queens as usual. Little Miss Cupcake. And I love those designs in the back. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and I wound up being able to do that with her designs on her. Of course, we got. I'll probably put a butterfly on her hair, on her afro, and I'm gonna show one more. This one. I'll be posting this one because, guys, this is us every day. A lot of times we wear this face, but we choose a mask to put on. And what I mean by that is sometimes we don't want everybody to know what we're going through, so we'll wear a mask. Sometimes we can be going through this and we show this face. So it's okay. It's okay to let it out. This is what I'm here for. We are going to be painting some of everything. Let me get this art easy together. That's right. Let me put that request in for Mother's Day. That I need my new easel. So I'll have a easel coming or whatever, but I want you guys to be free. I want you to be able to paint. Even if you don't have no paint equipment when you come here, you have like a piece of paper just to draw it out, draw your thoughts out. And it don't necessarily have to be no painting. It could be words. What type of words describe who you are? What type of words describe what type of person you are? What do you want for yourself? Who are you? And where are you trying to go? Right? As we grow, we mature. As we mature, we grow into something else. So 5 years, this is the 10-year me. This is the 20-year me. We change or whatever, but we face life situations. We go through a lot of stuff, through our jobs, with our families and stuff. And we still come in the chats. We still look for that type of just being able to be free to talk about something else besides work and besides issues or whatever we're going through, right? So we're gonna be, look guys, we're gonna be up here having some fun. So after we had them crash outs on Bull Clyde channel and K-Step channel and all that kind of stuff, we're gonna breathe in and breathe out. Let's draw them teams. Like today, guys, I have to admit, I was going to draw Jeff P. And I'm still probably going to draw that cartoon, guys. I was going to draw Jeff P on the cloth. And I can't tell you the other stuff that I was going to draw with that picture, because then y'all really had to put the blessed oil on me or whatever. But, after what happened yesterday, but I couldn't draw the illustration fast enough, so I did not draw him yet, but it is coming. So that's what I'm talking about. We can draw them illustrations of Jeff P, put the clock on one side, put the clock on one side. Don't worry about the bat and the other stuff that I was gonna put up there, and the steam and the gas. Don't even worry about all that stuff. Just we're gonna stick to, like Bro Clock said, he on the clock. So if you have any suggestions about illustrations you want me to draw, I'm gonna do the football players. I know I'm gonna do the football players, the teams, of course. Now they don't put a dent in everything. Oh my gosh! I'm glad I didn't draw some of them college players going to certain teams already. I'm glad I just waited, because this is gonna be something. So now I'm gonna have to see, because just because these teams have these stacked teams, You don't know how they're gonna play together. And let me tell you, when you got a stacked team, you're gonna have a lot of hero ballers on that team. And then you got to see who gonna go to the front, who gonna be the Rottweiler, and who gonna be the pit of these teams. That's what it's gonna boil down to. Can't be no puppy dogs on this team. It's gonna have to be pits and Rottweilers going against in this basketball. Bro Clyde, you know what, Miss D? Bro Clyde told me to draw him, and he's the one I haven't drew yet. I haven't drew Bro Clyde P or B. I did KSAP. I gotta redo Keisha. I did Keisha, but I gotta redo Keisha's. Those were the only two that I didn't do, or whatever. And when he saw the other ones, he was like, "Hey, ADP, you got to draw me." So I am gonna have to do him crashing out. I gotta figure out. Okay, so if I draw him crashing out, maybe he's not still up here, so I can surprise him. Because I like doing surprises without telling people, or whatever, and stuff. So, okay, with the crash out, what are we putting beside the crash out when I'm drawing his? Oh, you said a red alarm next to him. Okay. I know I'm gonna have to put like something like, I can put like, when I put that red alarm clock, I also can put like different things around him. Like I know that he like I'm gonna have to put like something like professor. Like, okay, these are the symbols that for me that represent Bro Clyde, right? We got that red alarm clock. We got the history professor. We got the truth teller, right? And what he say, I know we gotta use some of his words. Oh yeah, he loves people. He loves people. So you have to put like some type of symbol of that. He loves people. He's a truth teller. He do run that game on the Players Club. Oh, I beg to differ. Yes, that is. I hope he gets that. I hope he gets grabbed to that and don't let nobody copy that, and it has to be said in the way that he says it, or whatever. With KSAP, I put like, when I drew the KSAP, I did like #1 podcaster, real truth, 100% truth proof. But I didn't do his character. But I probably still draw another one of him because I forgot. Let's see. I did an animation of KSAP. KSAP, ADP, you forgot the rest of my beard. I said, oh my gosh. And I did, Miss D. I gave him a mustache and forgot the beard, girl. Like, I was like, oh my goodness. I think I'm gonna do all of them. Old school. Yes, Patricia, he is old school. Okay, so we got red alarm, we got history, like a history professor, we got like a truth teller who loves people. That history, man, we can tell some history. I would have loved to have Bro Clyde in college, like because those seminars you've been in and you be half sleeping, you got to sit in them and stuff like that. Them ones. But with these channels with KSAP, Bro Clyde, and Keisha and all them, I don't get bored. I don't get tired. I don't fall asleep. Now, if I done had a late night now, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning now, and Mr. Sleep called me, that's because I'm on that soft pillow, and I got my little snuggle bug, either my little casing, my little Harvest, that's my grandbaby name. She be in there with her mom and dad or whatever, but sometimes, look, if you can get them snuggles in, get all them snuggles in, because when they get older, they be like, okay, bye, Felicia. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still can get them hugs, but they be like, okay, or whatever. So sometimes, other than that, I don't get bored. I learn a lot. I listen to learn, or whatever, and I take it because I don't know like everything about basketball and stuff like that. So I'm still learning. But what I learned to do is take my version of the community and put it into art. So it's like we all together, we all share something together, but we had different ways of telling it. I tell mine through my art. Your girl said that too. She was like, God gonna use you to tell your art, tell your story through your art and bring people together. I beg to differ. Yeah, I beg to differ. I got the old school. So I'm gonna sketch him out and I'm gonna post him tomorrow on my you well, I'm gonna give it to him first and see if if he wants to keep it or whatever. And that's the thing too, Miss D. I meant to tell you that too. Like if you want illustrations, like you know how you be posting your songs, and anytime that you want me to do an illustration for that particular song, um let me know. Put in my message and let me know, and I'll do it for you. I don't know if that's something you would like, or either put like some of it in your background when you play your music. I don't know, because illustrations for me are not hard to do. They're like it depends on like now that Steph Curry, I just did him with no problem. But when it came to LeBron James, guys, I had to draw LeBron like 3 times, and I'm still not satisfied with LeBron. I'm had to go back in there, and people like. I think I had 460 something people like that picture. And one guy asked me, he's like, "Did you draw that, or did somebody else draw it?" He liked it, so that's what I'm saying. Either people like it, they love it, or they be like, "Okay, now Alicia, girl, you need to go back and you need to redo that thing." I can take that when it comes to illustrations, but anime is different. It could be what you want. It could be your version. When you're doing anime and animation illustration, it could be your version of whatever you want it to be. But when it comes to like certain things, you kind of want to like you kind of want to have it somewhat at least looking like them a little bit, depending on what version you got. Like when I do the football players, I got to do one. Big Girl said a guy from New Orleans. She's a New Orleans Saints fan. Sorry, guys, I forgot his name. Oh my gosh, I looked him up. He's a good player. I don't know his name, but he's from he's from Louisiana. If you want me to do that, I seen that Key and Broclaw got their show, so I need to find out what's their favorite football NFL characters. Oh, I mean not characters, but players, and I'll draw them. Also, guys, I forgot to tell you. So one particular year, I drew. This was the best Christmas present ever. So one year I decided, this was before COVID hit, way before COVID hit. I decided I wanted to draw some paintings, and I wanted to donate it to the St. Jude Foundation, guys. Okay, so I wound up drawing. I think I drew like 6 paintings or whatever, and they're very strict. St. Jude is very strict. They give you a list of what you can send and what you cannot send because the kids get sick or whatever. And the only reason I didn't go and do like teaching like art and stuff there and stuff like that is because, oh my gosh, my heart would be just melting. My heart would be melting, and I just love people, and I just know, like, for me, I don't know if I could see those lessons one day, and then maybe I just couldn't do it. So I sent the artwork to St. Jude. Do you know the leader? Not the leader, but the person that what was it? It wasn't the president, but it was the person that was in that organization. I think she was like the assistant president, whatever the case may be. Do you know she took the time out to send me a letter back, guys, and to thank me? And I ain't talking about no one little sentence type of thing. She took out time to write me a letter. I still got it in my file somewhere. I'm gonna have to find it and show you guys. But she took the time out to thank me and just break down how she appreciated it and all that kind of stuff. When I tell you that was one of my best Christmas gifts, or whatever, besides having my oldest son in December, he was number one gift. or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, as far as my gifts, that was like a big blessing to be able to do that. Now, I know with so many, I wanted to keep doing it, but it's so many double, it's triple, you know, things that you can and cannot do now. So I won't be able to send them like I did, did before. But just doing extra stuff like that out of the kindness of your heart, because art will bring us smiles and get them kids like no tomorrow. I've seen it with the pre-K kids. Like, kids love art, adults love art. They really do. We are a part of art. You know, we just got to continue to pour those positive words into each other, whatever. But this is what the conversation of the arts is going to be like. This is we're going to start drawing up some stuff. We'll start painting. So what'll happen is I'll start painting something, and you guys can tell me what you want me to paint and like give me suggestions, and we see how it come out. Now, I don't know, I got to figure it out how we're going to do the YouTube sip and paint, but I will post it ahead of time to let you guys know, so that you can have your canvas and stuff ready, or I can send it to you guys however you want to do it, and I'll make slots so that you guys could come up and we all share like our canvas, and then we can have some people in the chat critiquing or saying what they like or whatever, and stuff like that. So we'll just see. But guys, don't forget to check me out on Shopify store. Maybe you have some suggestions on, hey, add this into your package, or you might need to do this, or you may want to buy something, or you may want to donate something to someone, or whatever the case may be. You can just go, you can check it out. Also, if you guys would like to donate to the channel, my Cash App, my Venmo is up there. And if you guys, what type of art do you like? Let me know. When you like y'all liking my paintings and my drawings and stuff on YouTube, let me know what you'd like to see me do, because I'm up for the challenge, and I can't say what I can't do. You can't knock anything till you try it, right? So just let me know. I thank you guys for coming up here. I thank you for taking out your time to come up here and listen to me and everything. And I want you guys to have a great night. Remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot have. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot be. You need to come over here and get you a break, because somebody done said the wrong thing, talking about, look, I got this hat on, look, I got these braids, guys, sorry, that's why I got the hat on, because I didn't know if I wanted to wear Miss Lace, right? It was like, do I want to wear Miss Lace front today, or do I want to wear these braids? Well, I may have Miss Lace front the next time you see me, or I may just have the braids, right? Or whatever. But guys, enjoy the rest of your week. We will be up here Tuesdays. Tuesdays will be our day to be up here. As far as my other live that's coming for the OGs and stuff of the WNBA, that'll be on a different night or whatever. But I want you guys to have a great week, and keep pounding in whatever your hobbies and your gifts are. And yeah, have a great morning, like Miss B said. Thank you guys. Good night.